Video Game Donkey. I hope you don't mind me reacting to your video, but if you want, I will take it down. I already watched this video, and guys, you were in for a treat. This shit is really good. Like, I was laughing. I was laughing as it got more towards the end, but as soon as I clicked on the video and it fucking started with Kenna Bridge of Spirits or whatever, that shit had me weak, because I'm like, I'm pretty sure in my reaction video I actually said what it was similar to. So I actually can't remember quickly, like I can't remember right off the top if I said exactly what he pulled from other people saying it in this video, but I know for a fact I make the Dark Souls reference just as a joke, and I acknowledge it when I say it. I'd be like, and the funny thing is I make references to Breath of the Wild, and I haven't even played it because of like Craftopia. So instead of saying things are like Breath of the Wild, I say they're like Craftopia, but I don't know. I think Craftopia came after it, but I was like, what the fuck am I playing? Zelda or Craft? So yeah, so like, oh man, this shit just had me weak, because the games at the end that they said were fucking Dark Souls, yo, like, okay, I think I say it in certain videos, but most of the time I'm trolling in certain reaction videos. I definitely do try to say like, yo, let certain games be their own thing. But this is Originality in Video Games by Video Game Donkey, and yeah, let me know if you want me to take it down. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Send out a lot of love to you guys, and let's watch this video, because it's just perfect. It's really fucking funny.
It's a throwback to the classic 3D Zelda style of games.
It has melee combat and climbing, similar to games such as Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, or even Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Platforming that recalls games such as Ratchet & Clank, and puzzles like you might see in The Legend of Zelda. The Rot are a bit like Pikmin, or the minions in games such as Overlord.
So I'm gonna do a bit of pausing on this one, because I actually want to talk about like each segment. I called the Rot,
such as Ratchet & Clank.
So I called the Rot. I actually want to show you. I called the Rot this. So, Neo Little. Yeah, look at exactly. I can't find their name, but these things right here. Look at. Make sure that's up. Yeah. So in Neo, there's these little green dudes that kind of they sit on your shrine, and that's what I called the Rot.
Platforming that recalls games such as Ratchet & Clank, and puzzles like you might see in The Legend of Zelda. The Rot are a bit like Pikmin, or the minions.
Yeah, I called these the little green guys in Neo, but I thought that shit was funny. I was like, Ratchet and Clank, they're just going everything. Jedi, Sekiro, I was goddamn.
In games such as Overlord.
But this chill action adventure is more Zelda than Dragon Quest.
One part tiny Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and one part Micro Machines.
It's sort of like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I think I did that when I reacted to that too. I called it Tony Hawk's Bird Skate
Combat system.
I've never played a game like Deathloop before.
And then I was, get it, Tony Hawk, and then they're fucking birds.
Played a lot of games that are a little bit like it. Dishonored, Hitman, Outer Wilds, and even...
Okay, so for Deathloop, of course Dishonored is gonna be... Actually, yeah, I'm gonna link it below so you could watch without interruptions, because I do want to pause it to be like, oh, like I was just weak at these certain points.
Bit like it.
But yeah.
System.
I've never played a game like Deathloop before. I've played a lot of games that are a little bit like it. Dishonored, Hitman, Outer Wilds, and even Dark Souls among them.
Okay, see, like, what the fuck? Why did he say Dark Souls? He was good on saying just like fucking Dishonored, clearly made by the same fucking company, or I'm pretty sure, right? Made by the same game developer. And then the Hitman, like, it's like we could call Far Cry Hitman. I don't know. Like, I was thinking because of the stealth aspects, or like the way you drop in. I don't know.
It's nothing quite like Scarlet Nexus.
And then that too. There's nothing quite like Scarlet Nexus.
Game that combines inspirations from fast-paced character action games of the Devil May Cry and Bayonetta school with epic JRPGs, the likes of the Persona.
So there's nothing quite like Scarlet Nexus, Devil May Cry, and I know I'm pointing out like the obvious funny shit about this, but it's just like Do they realize what they're saying? Like, at least I actually know I'm fucking trolling, because there's really nothing there's nothing new under the sun, and also you can't really get any more creative with a game. Like, we have to let games have their own originality and breathe. Like, in a way, it's like, you know, like, we can really just break down every game as being like, oh yeah, this game has combat, you can walk, you can breathe, you can literally start the game. That is just like God of War, Minecraft, Fortnite. Like, it's just like, what are you really gonna do? You have to let games be their own thing. But there are certain games out there that are direct, like, you can tell, like, movements and stuff are directly like unoriginal, but you know, for the most part, every game is trying to be their own thing. But I would hope that's what I would hope from people trying to be creative. But Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, Persona 5, Tales of
Persona and Tales of series.
More like a combination of traditional Tales combat and a character action game like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta, which looks more like something out of Guilty Gear Xrd and
Chicory is best described.
He said like something out of Guilty Gear. Wow.
something out of Guilty Gear Xrd and
Chicory is best described as a top-down, Zelda-like adventure.
Darksiders tells
You could call that shit like fucking, like, you can even compare that shit right here. Like Zelda, you can compare it to Pokemon. You can compare it, like, just from the, like, top-down shit. What else? I'm trying to think, but
Zelda-like adventure.
Darksiders tells the violent story of war, a mission that heavily borrows from gameplay elements from both the God of War and Zelda franchises.
God of War takes inspiration from both Devil May Cry and Onimusha, like a lot of.
So Darksiders takes from God of War
and Zelda franchises.
And Zelda.
War takes inspiration from both Devil May Cry and Onimusha, like a lot.
And God of War takes inspiration from Devil May Cry.
A lot of third-person action games these days do.
Horizon Zero.
And to me, this is a personal preference, of course. God of War is a lot better to me than Devil May Cry.
Dawn with rodents isn't exactly the worst description for Biomutant. Hell, it even features a robot horse. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Borderlands, Devil May...
I did not think this fucking game reminded me. It's like, first thought that came to mind was not Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. But
I will admit that when I initially saw
what else did he say? I forgot.
Features a robot horse. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Borderlands, Devil May Cry.
Yeah, but oh man, like, if it was that easy to compare the games, like, I feel like you can't take little small ass aspects. Like, this game has gun unique attributes, Borderlands. Cause someone said that about Gunfire Reborn, actually, because when I was gonna do my review on it, I think I even said, I don't know if I reacted to the trailer, but when I said I was gonna put together a Gunfire Reborn thing, I was kind of like, nah, this shit is not like, the more I played, it's not like Borderlands, but I guess the corrosive fire and whatever damage is just like Borderlands.
I will admit that when I initially saw a top-down action roguelite called Curse of the Dead Gods.
Okay, now this, 100%.
Complete with swords, bows, environmental hazards, and semi-random rewards, my first thought was, hey, you know, this seems a bit like a Hades knockoff.
Yeah, and I can't lie. I think I watched this. I think I watched that IGN. It was an IGN or something video, because I said that when my friend actually ended up playing Curse of the Dead God, and he played both, and was literally like, "Yo, it's kind of weird. They look a bit identical. Like, look,
rewards.
You would kind of think these were the same games."
Bows, environmental hazards, and semi-random rewards, my first thought was, hey, you know, this seems a bit like a Hades knockoff.
In reality, Persona 5 Strikers is far closer to an action JRPG like Kingdom Hearts,
with ideas from contemporary.
Even though I feel like, nah, let me not say it. For
such as Rocket League, Fortnite, and Overwatch.
That's clearly inspired by.
Wait, what?
RPG like Kingdom Hearts.
With ideas from contemporaries such as Rocket League, Fortnite, and Overwatch.
That's clearly inspired by a reverence for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Alright, let's get this out of the way. Genshin Impact and its expansive world clearly draw inspiration from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. From the art style to the stamina-based climb anything mechanic to the gliding, it's impossible not to be reminded of it.
Glide slowly through the air and climb any surface with a slowly depleting stamina bar.
Craftopia was like this too? Who the fuck thought that was a good idea to put in a game anyways? Like the slow climbing with the stamina bar depleting in like 5 seconds. Like in Craftopia, the running with the stam and everything is just fucking just horrendous to me, but
bar because Breath of the Wild made it so that that's just in every open world game now. Ghost of Tsushima's combat is like a witch's brew made with bits of the Batman Arkham series, the pre-Origins Assassin's Creeds, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Think Counter-Strike with hero element.
Okay.
It's like a witch slowly depleting. Tsushima's combat is like a witch's brew made with bits of the Batman Arkham series, the pre-Origins Assassin's Creeds, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Think Counter-Strike with
Sekiro, Assassin's Creed, Batman, like, yo, like, and then it's like, okay, like, I think it gets a bit much when you start just slamming all these games together on the game that it may borrow things from, because I'm like, yo, it can't even have room to breathe. It's like, oh man, this is crazy.
With hero elements. That's the elevator pitch for Valorant.
You know the elevator pitch.
Okay, then I don't know what the elevator pitch is.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Think Counter-Strike with hero element.
And no, a lot of people say this is, actually I talked about this on my stream recently. They said think CSGO with heroes or whatever the fuck he just said. What did he say?
That's the elevator
twice.
Think Counter-Strike with hero elements.
Yeah, think Counter-Strike with hero elements. This is furthest from the fucking truth. Like I say it's furthest from the truth because there are certain agents in this game that is like, it's a must pick, you must play. Flashes don't even fucking behave the same. Like, once you think about the game as like both games as they are mechanically, you can say you have your smokes, you have your flashes, which are kind of changed, but no, it's not like, no, you got like Astra in the game who could plant her smokes before the fucking match begins, and it's a lot different. Like, setting up your team and like team composition is a much different. In CSGO, you're really just hoping that randoms that you might get are really skilled and gonna communicate with you, and like, you know, flashes, nades and shit like that is just base. You know, the other team is using exactly what you're using, so it comes more down to that. It's like skill gap. It's like in Valorant, some fucking characters be saving these motherfuckers' asses. Is not CSGO. 100%.
That's the elevator pitch for Valorant.
You know the elevator pitch.
Maybe 55%.
Do a Dark
70.
Souls, but make it anime.
The elevator.
That's the elevator pitch for Valorant.
You know the elevator pitch. Do a Dark Souls, but make it anime.
No, not a lot of games are like Dark Souls or even want to take the route as being as hard. And is this Scarlet Nexus?
The elevator pitch for Remnant is basically Dark Souls with a heavy focus on ranged, gun-based combat.
Ashen shit.
And that's what I heard about Remnant, or Revenant. Is Revenant from the Ashes or Remnant from the Ashes? Wait, he said it, yeah.
Is basically
elevator pitch. Do a Dark Souls, but make it anime.
The elevator pitch for Remnant is
Remnant. It's hard, he said it so fast, but yeah, Remnant. That's what I heard about this too, that it was Dark Souls with guns. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I played it. I don't know. A bit, yeah, like you can say it. I don't know. I'm just here for the laughs.
Basically Dark Souls with a heavy focus on ranged, gun-based combat.
Ashen shamelessly borrows the major trappings of Dark Souls.
And then that Ashes shamelessly borrows. It's not shameless. It's like, I don't know.
It's a genre remix that samples the combat and exploration of a lightened up Dark Souls.
Eventually, everything is going to get copied, and it's not even probably intentional copies. The reason I say not intentionally probably copies is because I would imagine that these game development studios have people like the creative directory board, whatever you want to call it, that actually comes up with some unique ass ideas instead of just looking at other games. Maybe try to make a game completely from the imagination.
And the
have some fucking people channel some fucking shit from some other worlds, bro.
action
Like,
and
I don't
energy of
know.
Uncharted.
Neo owes a lot to Dark Souls. That's a phrase you hear all
Neo is fucking harder than Dark Souls to me.
the time these days, but in this case,
Death's Gambit
No, Neo is fucking harder than Dark Souls to me.
cribs the vast majority of its game.
I feel like there is definitely a difference in Neo that you like have to learn and get, you know, kind of in tune with when you play Neo, that you can kind of pick up and play Dark Souls. Yeah, it's in my own kind of reality though, but you know, it just depends on who you are. For me, I can't pick up and play Neo. That shit kicks my ass every single time. Dark Souls was more like casual for me. I could get into Dark Souls, get my ass whipped maybe a couple times, but I was not dying hundreds of times before I really got it. It was like kind of easy to me. Dark Souls 1 maybe, but Dark Souls 2, nah, that was light work. And Dark Souls 3, I beat, my friend probably beat that shit 14 times. Like, and just, I don't know why he kept going, like, just too many new games, but new game pluses, but yeah, same for me. Dark Souls 3 was even easier.
Gameplay ideas from Dark Souls. Let It Die is yet another.
And then these two, like, these side scrollers, when people compare them to Dark Souls, I never get it because of the difficulty. I'm like,
cribs the vast majority.
I'm like, it doesn't actually move.
Its gameplay ideas.
But you could see the stand bar kind of looks like Dark Souls. A little bit.
From Dark Souls. Let It Die is yet another.
But like, it's still like, I would never compare these games to like Dark Souls.
Gambit cribs the vast majority of its gameplay ideas from Dark Souls. Let It Die is yet another game in the now familiar Dark Souls tradition.
Fans of Dark Souls.
And that's another game that I never understood when people called it Dark Souls. I don't even know too much about Let It Die still to this day, and I wouldn't call that, like, maybe they take inspiration, but I would never say it's like a Dark Souls game. Also, Dead Cells.
Notice more than a few similarities for
No.
Sure.
Perhaps
no. Not Dead Cells. How many hours do I have in Dead Cells? I wish I could have my old account so I can look on my old Steam. How many hours I have in Dead Cells. Let me see. I thought my Steam was going to be ready. Thought I was going to pop it up like a G and be like, look at my Dead Cells hours. No. Dead Cells is harder than Dark Souls to me. That's me. Like, I beat Dead Cells a couple times, but no. Dead Cells is definitely... Nah, it's definitely harder. To me. Damn, I haven't actually played that much in a while. Yeah, I need my other account. But I got 15 hours on this account in the last... What is it? The last time, yeah. The last time I played. That shit is that shit's insane. Nah, that's not Dark Souls.
Modern game is more blunt about its influences than Eldest Souls.
And then, okay, that's like clear, right?
Borrowing heavily from Dark Souls.
We haven't seen many pure action games like Darksiders 3 in the past decade or so.
Oh wow, so this is like a whole new experience. I can get on board with this.
Darksiders 3 has taken some clear inspiration from Dark Souls.
It does not seem like Dark Souls at all.
I can get on board with this.
Darksiders 3 has taken some clear inspiration from Dark Souls.
I think the moral of the story, guys, is if your game has stamina, dodging, combat, it is like every other game, even the racing games. If there's a stamina bar in the racing games, it is immediately fucking NASCAR 56 is gonna be inspired from God of War. Fucking Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2038 is gonna be inspired from Fortnite because they added go-karts. I don't fucking know, but I don't know. That shit had me. Shit just had me rolling. That shit was good. That's a really good video. Yeah, good on Video Game Donkey. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.